Hello and welcome to the channel Gone with Gandalf, where I discuss Middle-earth and beyond. Continuing from my last video, this will briefly go over the Ainur that came into the world to live in Ea on Arda, the Valar to be specific, so this is the most powerful of the Ainur. So, let's get going. So here is a group photo of some of the Valar. Bam! A quick note that they may not look like this. This is just an artist's interpretation, and they can change their raiment. And the raiment is their physical appearance. Without this, they don't necessarily have to wear it, but if they don't wear it, they can't be seen by elves or men, and they can change their raiment as and when they want. Also, a quick note that in this video I won't be going over definitions of different words, so if there's something that you're stuck on, then it will be in the last video, so feel free to check that out. So here we have two lists. On the left you've got the 7 lords, and they are in descending power and ranks of seniority, if you like. So we've got Manwë, Ulmo, Aule, Orome, Mandos, Lorien, Dulkas, and then on the right we have the 7 queens, or the Valier, Varda, Yavanna, Nienna, Este, Baire, Ana, Nessa. And these are all of the characters that we're going to be talking about today, with one extra addition at the end. So at the top we have Manwë, and he knew Eru Ilúvatar's thoughts the best, and he was, for this reason, the Lord of Arda, the King of Kings. He had a surname given by the elves of Sulimo. I think that's how you say it, and that means Lord of the Breath of Arda. So he is the god of the winds. And he has a wife called Varda, and they are the ultimate power couple, if you like, and she is the Lady of the Stars. And the light of Ilúvatar is in her face, and she is indescribably beautiful. And she is the favourite among the elves because she made the stars and they really liked the starlight, apparently, so they called her Elbereth. Together they live in a high-rise apartment on Daniquetal, the highest peak in the world, and together, just like all good marriages, they complement each other perfectly, and they have enhanced powers when they're together, and for that reason then they always are together. After that we have Ulmo, the Lord of Waters, and he is someone that doesn't mix well with landlubbers and enjoys his own company very much, and the sea is his bachelor pad, and he doesn't wear clothes, raiment, very often, and he doesn't come to work meetings. He's come 3 times to him, and that was when it was absolutely necessary to go and meet the other Valar. But he loves Arda, and as he has a voice in all inland waters, he is like the first-hand news reporter out there for the Lords of the West. This then is Aule, the smith. He likes the earth that makes the land, but he's no gardener, and he likes to make stuff, but then he isn't too bothered about keeping it for himself, which is nice, because sharing is caring. His wife is a little different, and she's called Yavanna, the giver of fruits, and she was also called then by the elves Gemendari, the queen of the earth, and she loves all growing things. So she kind of like decorates the land made by her husband Aule. Then we get to move on to the super happy couple of Mandos and Baire. And Mandos, he is the keeper of the houses of the dead. So the spirits of dead elves all come and wait in his halls to be re-embodied perhaps, or just they decay in there forever. He is the Bran Stark, if I may just bring in a Game of Thrones reference, of this universe. So he forgets nothing, knows all the future that is not in the hands of Eru Ilúvatar, the one god still. But only Manwë can ask him, like, what is going to happen. So otherwise he keeps it all to himself. His wife, she weaves webs of time and messes the halls up with it, essentially. So as time goes on, it just gets a lot more messy in the halls of Mandos. Lórien, the master of visions and dreams. He has a garden that is absolutely amazing. It is lush, and it is the Valar's favourite getaway spot. We don't know that much about his wife, Este, except she only does her gardening at night, and she sleeps all day on an island in a lake, so great. Nienna is very, very happy. She mourns for every wound made upon Arda. So happy is she that she was lamenting in the Ainulindale to make sure that her brand of happy would be available in the world. She doesn't overly dwell though, and she teaches pity and endurance in hope, which is very useful to some well-known characters later on in the history of Middle-earth. But she does live in near isolation, west of West, but she doesn't really come and talk to anyone, apart from when she comes to the halls of Mandos to check up on some dead people in his halls. Dulcas Astaldo, the Valiant, he's very much the opposite of Nienna, and he's a bit of a simpleton, to be honest. He loves to laugh in all his daily activities and in war, and he was the last to come to Arda and is the greatest in strength, but as I say, he has not got much going on between the ears. His wife Nessa, not too much is said about her, and yeah, she apparently just likes to run around with some deer, so she married well, and she is the sister of Orome. So Orome is one of the two last Valar that I'm going to mention here, and Orome has a surname of Alduron, which means Lord of the Forests, and he was a hunter of fell beasts, and he stayed out in the wilds of Middle-earth the longest before going back to Valinor with the rest of the crew, and he rode his horse Nahar, which was white in the sun and shining silver in the night. Also, he had a pretty amazing horn called Balaroma, I think that's how you say it, and it was pretty sick, and it made a very large and loud noise which shook the earth, apparently, or something of that ilk. His wife Varna made birds sing with her coming, and flowers sprang about her as she strode forth. So, but wait, there's more. Melkor was one of the Valar, but he got kicked out of the band because even though he was the most powerful alone, he wanted to claim Arda for himself, and the other Valar did not like that, so he was out. He first, though, he tried to woo one of the Valar, and he wanted the light of Barda, but he got rejected, a feeling that maybe some of us know quite well. So he spent his strength in destroying the works of the other Valar in Arda. So in terms of powers, though, he was quite like Aule in that he was very good at making things. However, he didn't enjoy just the prowess of the craft, and he enjoyed keeping things for himself, and he coveted them, and he envied Aule. So for this reason, he wanted to break his stuff the most, essentially. The top 8 of the Valar then were known as the Aratar, or the High Ones, and this had Manwë, Barda, Ulmo, Yavanna, Aule, Nienna, Orome. So this used to have Melkor in it, of course, but since he got crazy, he was left out. So this is a very brief summary of what the Valar were like, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed the video, and the improvements that I've made, perhaps you may not have noticed them at all because they're considered standard for most videos, but even so, this has been Gone with Gandalf, and good day.